Team's logo and description. The team consists of 3 members. This is the stage development of Headcount 1.0. Headcount 1.0 was developed to address 3 main issues, which are feedbacks and responses, time-consuming, non-uniformity and inconsistency of data. Feedback and responses received from 85% of lecturers, which gain in marks for almost 160 students, is very tedious and tiring. There was no standardized template that can be used for marks verification meeting. Achievement data for lecturers and students, which include TOV, PB, EPA, and ECS, were also a difficult task to be managed. Feedback and responses given by the unit members show that there are concerns that need to be given attention for a better working environment. A time-consuming task would affect individuals' work quality and productivity because it involves one's concentration. Lots of tasks and other responsibilities need to be done by the lecturers. 95% of the English language unit lecturers are having 18 hours of teaching period per week, which majority of them have almost 160 students. So, assessing and checking students' tasks need lecturers to spend more time, which at the same time it is too tiring. Being a multitasker may lead to a burnt-out situation among them due to their workload. A bigger number of students also means that lecturers have to manage a bigger data. Bigger data requires lecturers to be more alert on any task performed, especially when keying in students' marks for PB submission and documentation purposes. The objectives of this innovation are: the dynamic of Headcount 1.0 is to re-engineer the work process by integrating the dynamic cycle and the elements of data quality management process. Therefore, Microsoft Excel 2016 was used as a platform to generate the data systematically. At plan and do stages, the elements of data quality management involved is to define. Here, discussions were carried out to identify issues and problems as well as to identify the needs and elements that should be put in the tool, which later the team developed Headcount 1.0. At check stage, the step of data quality management begins with the assessment, followed by analysis and improvement. The test run was conducted 3 times. Each test run involved 3 cycles, in which after each cycle, the analyses were made for any improvement needed. The first test run was meant for the data committee or the team. The second test run was conducted for the program coordinator and 2 senior lecturers, while the third test run involved all English language unit lecturers, where a workshop or training session was conducted. In the QA session of the third test run, there were several suggestions proposed to the team. A digitalized manual instructions with graphics and other improvement of the program, which include color coding and field notes, were identified to cater to the special needs. At the X stage, next step of the data quality management involved is the implementation. At this stage, the revised and final template of Headcount 1.0 was officially distributed to all lecturers. Furthermore, for unit verification meeting of PB marks, all lecturers were informed to print their TOV and PB raw marks for documentation and verification purposes. The final step of PDCAM framework involved is control. Each lecturer was also required to check their EPA score and submit a copy of ECS analysis to the Headcount Committee for documentation purposes. To ensure Headcount 1.0 keeps in line with the latest continuous assessment PB format, the formula set in the program will be revised for any changes made in its components and weighting. Besides, students' data will be extracted from MIS according to the latest students' enrollment. Now, let's look at its practicality and usefulness. Headcount 1.0 is practical as it has several added values which referring to the improvements made after undergoing 3 test runs. In its digital manual instruction, the steps are illustrated through graphics using AnyFlip application. It can be downloaded through the provided QR code to make it accessible. Additionally, the program consists of 4 important elements: TOV, PB, EPA, and ECS, where data for this element will be auto-generated. Furthermore, color coding function was also set. Therefore, it's easier for the lecturers to detect any errors while keying the marks in the Headcount 1.0. These are the findings of the project. 100% of the respondents agreed that Headcount 1.0 has enhanced work quality and productivity among lecturers. Thus, it has achieved its objectives. First objective, to lessen lecturers' pressure due to the workloads. Second objective, to assist the way to detect any errors in row marks in S3P MIS. Third objective, to facilitate lecturers in systematically documenting students' achievement data. Let's see the impacts of Headcount 1.0 to the lecturer, unit, and organization. In conclusion, Headcount 1.0 has achieved the 3 objectives.